Hello and welcome to the cryptocurrency news channel. Today I'm going to do my top 10 coin predictions for the end of 2021. So we are a year and a half away, so there's definitely going to be some changes. So my number one is still going to be Bitcoin. Nothing is going to overtake Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. Too strong, too high above everything, and it's always the first to rise. So while others may gain on it in a bull run afterwards, Bitcoin's going to remain solidly number one at the end of 2021. Number two is Ethereum. Ethereum, with all its DeFi, should rise with Bitcoin, should rise more than Bitcoin, and it's solidly ahead of everything else. So Ethereum, number two, because of DeFi and because all those little crappy coins are actually on Ethereum. Number three, I know this one's going to be controversial. I'm going to pick VET because personally, I don't think XRP is really going to drop in price or anything that much, but I think VET is going to grow much more than XRP in a bull run. You can see VET action like the last few days over the weekend. Definitely much better than XRP's, and XRP doesn't really move. And plus, they lost about 80% of their liquidity when MoneyGram actually stopped using ODL for much of their transfers. They're still using it some, but not very much. And it's going to take forever for any banks to actually use XRP. Now, they're using Ripple, but they're not using XRP. And recently in their Ripple Insights, they said they were switching up from large treasury payments to smaller remittances. Smaller remittances, while still a big market, is not enough to actually move the price up due to utility. And I think VET's utility will easily be more than XRP's utility in a year and a half, while they're still struggling with some regulations and trying to get that smaller market of small remittances instead of big treasury payments. I personally think they couldn't get they switched the plan because they simply couldn't get big treasury payments. So VET, I think, will actually make a leap and jump over everything. Now, I know that this requires VET to go from like 1.5 cents to 17 cents, but I think there's a decent chance that it could actually happen. There is a good chance that XRP is still number three. By the way, in these rankings, I am not counting Tether because Tether is going to be in top 10, obviously, but it's a stable coin, so I don't really count it as a cryptocurrency. So number three, anyways, VET. Number four is going to be XRP. It's going to maintain its market cap, if not grow some in a bull market, definitely. But I don't think it'll grow as much as others on this list, and it will drop down one peg. Number five on XRP's heels is going to be ADA. There's a lot of hype about ADA. The conference, I know, did disappoint some. It didn't really disappoint me all that much. It wasn't like really killer or anything, but the timeline for Voltaire is nice. The $20 million fund was nice. The partnership with Waves Financial was nice. And obviously, I'm looking for more for the Coinbase custody and listing. That's pretty big. I'm also looking for the VET Coinbase listing, and after that, they should have just as much US exposure as XRP does. So that will get a lot of financial investment, especially when they see the partnerships that VET has. And also for ADA, it's just simply better than ETH technologically. They have much better scaling. They have more decentralization stake pools, and ETH is a 2.0 for a smart contract platform is probably still 3 or 4 years away. So companies are not going to want to wait for that, and they're going to actually go with another project. Some of them are, at least. So ADA will probably be number five. It won't overtake ETH by a year and a half. ETH is too far ahead, but ADA will do a lot of catching up. The fifth one will actually be Chainlink. Because Chainlink, everyone wants to use Chainlink's oracles. I don't think it'll be as big as like some of the major mainnets because it's basically built on a mainnet. But Chainlink will be much bigger than where it is now. I do think the major pump was actually last year. I don't think you're going to see, like, unless Bitcoin goes way up, which will actually lift all the coins up, I don't think you're going to see Chainlink do like 20, 30x again. But I do think Chainlink will do very, very well, and it will be solidly top 10 by end of 2021. The next one down is BNB, world's largest exchange, ICOs. I don't see Binance like going anywhere, and I see Binance keep growing because they're going to offer more financial services. So BNB will solidly be in the top 10. I don't think it's going to move too much in position from where it is now, but it will be solidly in the top 10. Next down is XTZ. I actually think I was debating between ZIL and XTZ, but I think I put XTZ here because I do think they have slightly more potential of the two main nets. They have the STOs, they have a couple of deals going, and I think Tezos is actually going to be number 8 here. Next one down is going to be Oh, next one down is actually I'm going to do 11. Next one down is going to be CRO. Now CRO is a funny pick. I do actually think it's going to be top 10, and I'll tell you why. Because CRO has these massive incentives, not only staking incentives, mind you. Number 10, yeah, not only staking incentives, but realistically, like if you hold CRO, you can get like really cheap coins when they actually get on crypto.com. I think they're going to be adding more assets. They're going to have a lot of advantages. They're going to do staking and probably custody staking soon for a lot of coins. So CRO is going to grow. Of CRO and MCO, I actually like CRO better. I think they're both good, but MCO has that card issuer problem right now, which they're probably going to fix. But CRO, I do actually like a lot, and I do think it's going to be top 10 by the end of 2021. Now, number 11, I do believe, is going to be ZIL, and that is the next mainnet that is actually going to grow. It's either ZIL or XTZ that has like staking capped at 40 TPS. I forgot which one, but I think XTZ has a couple more partnerships. ZIL is still a pretty good mainnet. It'll be just outside the top 10, but it's smaller right now than XTZ, but it will continue to grow, and it will actually grow fairly large by the end of 2021. So it'll be sitting right outside the top 10, but still great growth. So that's the top 11 coins by the end of 2021. Once again, BTC, ETH, VET, XRP, ADA, Link, BNB, Cosmo, CRO, and XTZ. I forgot to talk about Cosmo, by the way. Interoperability between blockchains, very, very important. So Cosmo will be like number 8 or 9 in the top 10, just under Link and BNB. So that is my top 11 coins by the end of 2021. Thank you and have a nice day.